Yo, 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 what up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Today is the 105th, the 205th episode. I keep forgetting that I hit 200. Damn it. A 205th episode of the In Your Face show. Yes, you like it. And I love it. Man. This has been a long day. It's going to be a long night. So, man, I am feeling tired, but I'm going to do the show, and I feel good. So,
There you go. There you go.
you know, I have a good friend, a special friend, a friend we've been working out, what I'm saying, trying to get up on this thing, and he's a
For a
he's
little
a
bit.
he's
For a little bit.
a he's a comic artist, man. He's a Cowboy fan, and he is
Right.
Mr.
You're through.
Monty Anderson.
Hello,
What up,
everybody. How's
everybody?
it going out there? Hopefully, you're all joining in on this live. Come on, bring it on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, hey, bro, did you share that? You shared the YouTube link out, didn't you?
Yeah. I shared it out. I told people to
Okay,
show
okay.
up, and we'll see what happens.
We're gonna show up. We're gonna show up and show
I
out. You
shared
know
it
what
out to my socials.
I'm saying? We're gonna show up and show out, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's what it's gonna be,
That's right.
baby.
And if
You
not, we'll just
know.
have a party with ourselves. That's
Hey,
right.
if they don't, they don't. I don't give a fuck. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna show up and show the hell out. That's
Exactly.
how we
Don't
do
miss a
it.
good show.
Huh?
That's right. That's right.
Hey, we ain't gonna worry about it.
I said that's
Fuck
right. I mean, if they don't show up, they're gonna miss a good show. You know.
hey, it's on them, baby. You know what I mean? But nah, man.
It is. It is. 100%.
So um, man. So what you have for us today, man? What's your feel for the day, man?
Well, man, a lot of things are about to happen with our side of the business over here, and good things. Um,
Okay.
I'm not revealing a whole lot just yet, just because tomorrow kicks off my entire plan of what's happening with our business. We've had a good run with Anderson Graphics Kingdom, and been doing it since 2014 as a not so much professional career, but it started out as a hobby, you know. And then in 2017, I started hitting comic book conventions on a regular basis as an Artist Alley participant. And from 2017 until my last show that just happened up at Bonesy Jonesy's Comic and Collectibles up in Jonesboro, Arkansas, um, on December 7th and 8th. I had to look at my calendar, my Dallas Cowboy calendar. And we did a show in his comic book store there for 2 days. And that was the last show that I did for the year. So, and that was the last show I was doing under Anderson Graphics Kingdom. So, for those of you watching the show at this present moment, you know some things are getting ready to happen. A name is getting ready to change. So, we are on to greater and bigger things because have a lot more aspirations and a lot more direction to go with the company, and it's time to change everything. It's time to get any negative connotations off of my old business and start fresh and new. So that's what we're getting ready to hit up and do. And so, hey, I mean, I'm looking forward to 2025. I'm looking forward to these next 2 days, technically the 31st and the 1st, just because, that's when I'm letting the cat out of the bag for everything. So it's going to be awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, well, there. So, I hear that you've been. How many years you been in the comic industry? La la la
What's
la.
that?
La. I said, how many years you been in the comic industry? Comic book industry. Comic book industry.
Oh, geez. Doing comic book art, been doing comic book art for as long as I can remember, in some form, fashion, or another. But and I'm not a professional per se by the standards that you would call professional. I'm not in any DC comics. I'm not in any Marvel comics. I'm not in any independents such as Image Comics or any other independents. I do have a one professional cover out there as of end of last year on William Russell's Psycho Sal #3. I did a cover for him. In fact, my black and white sitting up here. I'm going to grab it real fast. I've got it hanging on my wall. Right, Herder. And this is my cover that I did for his book, Psycho Sal, right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's about a killing by two FBI agents. One's a male, one's a female. And so I did an homage to the X-Files with my cover. So Mulder and Scully, but I did it with his characters. So that was my first professional comic book cover to be done middle to late of last year. So that was pretty cool because he asked me to do it. He hit me up and said, "Hey, I'd like to commission you to do a cover for me." So, but I do have some aspirations of comic books in the works, and I've got a 4-issue miniseries that I'm working on, and you got to think mystical, whimsical, and cryptids is what's going to be in this comic book. So you've got everything from warlocks and witches to Bigfoots and aliens to all kinds of the things that people think aren't real,
Mm-hmm.
out there with my name on it and all that good stuff. But it's under construction. So in the next few days, we will be talking about all that. During 2025 book, what the characters are going to be about. Just because I'm not letting the whole cat out of the bag, because I know how some other creators do. They take your information and create something of their own with that information. And then they're like, hey, I did this before this guy did it, So there's going to be some aspects, like I said, I'm doing some research for this comic book to make sure that if it's been done, it hasn't been done very often for some of the certain aspects that are going to happen in this comic book. So it's going to be a pretty fun read. And like I said, 4-issue miniseries. And why a 4-issue miniseries, you might ask?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 80s and 90s, Marvel used to do 4-issue miniseries on a regular basis. And it would get you in depth with these characters. They would pick certain characters from a group of characters, say the Uncanny X-Men. They did Nightcrawler, they did Iceman, they did Colossus, a Kitty Pryde, a Wolverine run with 4-issue miniseries. And they let you in on deeper aspects of the characters by doing this.
Right.
And so I'm trying to keep that nostalgia alive with my comic book. So that's what I'm trying to do with it. I don't know if I'll get it done by next year, but hopefully I have enough fleshed out that I'm able to, present, hey, this is what's getting ready to happen. I'm getting ready to find a printer for this and things like that. But I am going to look at 3 other comic book artists to do up some covers for me. So this book will have 4 covers total per book, just so that it's not just all my artwork.
Right.
I want to help out other artists as well. So
right.
That's what I'm be looking for. And I've got some people in mind already for who I want to do.
Okay.
So what you got, man?
Okay.
What you got?
Oh, I got some questions for you. So, all right. So, what do you think about the politics of the comic book world, man?
Oh, they need to keep the politics out of it.
Yes, they
Comic books need to
do.
be fun. I mean,
Well,
comic books need to be fun, and
mm-hmm.
you do get those lighthearted out there. You do get the super serious, and then um, there just needs to be a lot of fun had with it with comic books. You can't just be super serious all the time. I know that, like we were talking about in the backstage, we were talking about Marvel and DC, and they used to have good books
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
from say the 60s until the early 2000s. After that, I don't know what happened. The writing just went left field, and it was just like I had a hard time actually getting back into comic books, to be honest, because
Yeah.
I sold off my original collection in 2009 for a house I no longer live in and a woman I'm no longer married to, for the down payment of that house, which was my Uncanny X-Men collection and Wolverine collection and a bunch of other spin-offs that I had. I sold off like 6 long boxes to one person.
Wow.
And yeah, and now if you look to my right over here, which you can't see on camera, I'm sitting. I'll just count the boxes right here on my right. There's 17 long boxes right here to my right.
Damn.
Okay, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more short boxes down here underneath my desk next to those. So not all of them are full. Some of them are half full, and some of them are quarter full, and things of that nature. But I got back into collecting hard and heavy again. But it's all the older stuff that I had and got rid of. So I'm back to getting my Uncanny X-Men run again, and a lot of this collection actually was found in a dumpster. So
Wow.
And we're not talking about just some chintzy comic books, okay? Some friends of mine, they're military buddies of mine. They started a business in Oklahoma, and they had a roll-off dumpster that was requested from their company, and it got put in front of, I guess, a hoarder's house is the only thing I can think. And so the people used it, dumped all the stuff in it that I guess they were getting rid of out of the house, and they went to pick it up, and they were like, let's just see what's in this, what they threw away before we go haul it to the dump, because there might be some good stuff in here that that we can refurbish and resell or whatever. Well, they started getting these like almost pizza style boxes. They were about yay wide, basically 2 comic books width of a box and the height of a comic book box. And they opened it up, and inside these boxes was comic books in Ziploc bags. And they were like, we know it. And so they called me up and said, hey, we got a whole bunch of boxes, probably about 3,000 comic books that were dumped in our bin. Are you interested? And I was like, well, let me look at the pictures. They started showing me pictures of stuff, and there is some writing on some of them, but there's over 350, almost 400 key issues in these comic books that got handed to me. I did pay them some money for them, and they were like, okay, once you come pick them up, they're yours. I was like, okay, cool. And we started going through them, my girlfriend and I, once we got them back here at the house, and was like, there's no way this comic book's going to be in there. There's no way this comic book's going to be in there. Well, she grabbed a whole stack of Hulk comic books.
Wow.
She starts flipping through, and I was like, I'm guaranteeing that those aren't in there. And she was like, what happens if they are? I said, I don't know, but I'll probably have a heart attack right here and now. And so she's flipping through Hulk 181, Hulk 182. Wow. It's like, holy shit. And it's like, well, I wish 180 was in there, but it wasn't. So, and then I would have had the trifecta on them all. But I mean, I had so many. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire #1, the first Thanos in Avengers, what else? Iron Fist number 14, first appearance of Sabretooth. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, I picked up a lot of my Uncanny X-Men run off of this list because he had number 72 through 120, you know, and hardly any skips in there. And he had all the big ones, including Giant Size X-Men number 1 and 2, you know. And it was just like, holy crap, man, this is pretty awesome. And I've sold a couple of them off in here and there, but I still have about 99% of the collection. So after having sold off maybe 2 to 3 comic books out of this whole thing so far. So, but back to your politics in comics, it's they just need to get back to having fun with the comic book. You know, let these people have their superpowers, let them have their romances and things of that nature, but let's keep the politics out of comic books. You know, right. I know there's a lot of political comic books out there.
Right, and that's why it's like, let me elaborate on this shit, because it's going to be a long time, you know. I'll tell you like this, man. Being a comic book enthusiast like we are, being in the comic book industry like we are, it's a shit show. Let's just say it's a shit show.
It is.
Ain't nobody... Nowadays, people are not into the comic books. They are into the artwork. And nowadays, people skim through the book. They don't read the story. They just read the artwork, right? I've seen it done. I watched it. I'm like, damn. They just skimmed through that book. It took them like 2 seconds to read the book. I'm like, it wasn't my book because I don't have prints. It was somebody else's book. So I'm like looking at them like, damn. This is what y'all do? Like, and you know, it's crazy because like,
some people don't even flip them open.
That's crazy. And you know, it's crazy. A lot of people in the comic industry are so snobby. For what? You haven't even sniffed no damn success. How are you snobby? You haven't even had a book out yet.
It's like what we were talking about. You know, you get those ones that think their shit don't stink, and they think they're God's gift to everybody out there because, oh, my comic's already in the works and already printed and people are buying it left and right. And you know, what have you done? Oh, you got some prints out there. Oh, cool. Well, that's good for you, but you know, you're not worth my dirt on my boot. You know, those types. Yeah, and I've seen it because, like I said, going to comic book conventions since 2017, I've seen the ones that walk around with their heads higher than everybody else, you know, and it's just like, dude, you put your pants on the same way I do. You know, one of my shows I was next to, I don't know if you can see it right there, but right there, that's Kermit the Frog by Guy Gilchrist, right there, and he was right next to me at a comic book show. He is the Muppet artist, the official Jim Henson Muppet artist, and Guy Gilchrist. Super awesome dude. He was pretty down to earth. We chatted like we knew each other, because he would just sit there and chat back and forth while he was doing some artwork, you know, doing something for people, and and just like me, I talk to everybody that comes to my booth. I don't care who you are, what you look like, if you're in a wheelchair, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Asian, if you're a freaking gray alien that came down to visit the comic book convention. I don't care. I'm going to talk to you. And so we actually exchanged artwork. I collect a lot of wooden boxes, and I had this old cheese box from, I don't even know what cheese it was, but from somewhere probably back in like the 50s or 60s is how old the box was. And I used to have my pencils in it, my colored pencils in it. Well, I took those out and I drew the Dark Crystal all the way around this comic, or all around this box for him. Painted it in, colored it in, and gave it to him as a gift, you know, for being a pretty cool dude sitting right next to me, talking to me, chit-chatting with me, and things of that nature. Well, that's when he did the Kermit the Frog, you know, and he handed that over to me, and so we just exchanged artwork. So, and I've kept up with him, you know, pretty much ever since. So, and he's still a down to earth dude. I don't see how he did it for the whole show in a freaking sports jacket, but that's his niche. That's his thing. Every show he's at, he's got some kind of a sports jacket on, smoking jacket or something. And he doesn't smoke, but it's just his persona. What he wears to shows. Like some people wear specific hats to a show, like Michael Rooker wears those the fedora style hats or a beret style to most of his comic shows that he goes to and things like that. But mainly it's the fedora hat. So speaking of him, I met him at the San Antonio show that I was at here just recently, end of November actually. But he was a cool dude. So, but yeah, I mean, it's I hate that for the industry that you get so many snooty and so many, lack of a better word, assholes out there that think they're better than everybody else because their stuff's already rolling and they're thinking of doing another book.
Well, I feel like this. Sorry about that. Go.
No, you're fine.
I say it like this. A lot of that shit that they do, a lot of them don't have nobody to challenge them on that. That's why, and a lot of them have a lot of yes men. Oh yes, oh you're great. You got this. You got that. You got that. I'm like, yeah. And when it comes,
right.
Yeah, it's like, and then they have people like I've had friends that have problems with some of these guys, some of these big guys in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Like say like for example, okay, I was like I'm cool. We alright. I'm friends with Eric Larson. Me and Eric Larson talk sometimes. You know what I mean? From time to time. I had him on my show a couple times. He's a cool fellow. A lot of people,
I got a story about him, so keep going.
A lot of people misunderstand. Yeah, a lot of people misunderstand
he's a hard
him, but once you get to know him, you know what I'm saying, he's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's not like one of the he's not like out of the open like Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane and everything. He's like the one that just sit there and just doodle all the time. Just the one just sit there and just I don't care about everything, just doodle. Yeah. That's his personality, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he also have a strong opinion on things, and it could rub some people the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm not here to be biased or not just because he's cool, or whatever. But he's a cool guy. I mean, some people have called him on a bad day, just like I've called some celebrities on a bad day. But at the end of the day, we all go off on our experiences with him.
Oh yeah, you can catch anybody. You can catch you on a bad day, me on a bad day.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that at the end of the day, a lot of people are so damn, you know what I'm saying, stuck to these celebrities, like fucking they act like they can't do no wrong. And when they do something wrong, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Damn, exactly. They did this.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, like the fuck? They shit like you shit, bleed like you bleed, and sneeze like you sneeze, and cry like you cry. What the fuck are you holding them on a high pedestal for? Like they just God Almighty, like this. I can't do no wrong. Like
what gets me in the industry too, not just comic books, but in the whole genre of entertainment. Okay, yeah, we've grown up with a ton of entertainers, actors, actresses, things of that nature. And when they die, you see all these people crying over the death of that person. Yeah, it's sad that they died, but they didn't impact my life per se. I didn't, know them.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to cry over it. I mean, I almost teared up when Stan Lee died, but that's totally different. But
all right, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker about that. A lot of motherfuckers cry, had sad faces, all these emojis, emojis, memes. Did you know the motherfucker? Did you
Exactly.
know him? Did you know her? Did you know this celebrity? Did
Were
you
they?
know him? So
Yep.
why the
Did they
fuck are you
personally?
crying?
Yeah. Did they personally do something for you? You know.
Exactly.
Did,
Because half of
did
these
they,
motherfuckers that died, half of these motherfuckers that died would not turn a blunt, would never, would buy, shit. Wouldn't buy a tear for your goddamn ass. Like, look, let's just be
if
real
you or
honest.
I
Like,
died, Eric Larson might cry for you since you guys talk, but
we cool.
you know, yeah,
We
but
cool, man.
you know, if one of us died, who's really going to cry for us? Our families, yes.
Our families, yes,
Anybody
but
outside of our circle,
yeah,
probably
like,
not.
some friends would be like, okay, they'll cry. Yeah, they'll be like, man, this nigga, my nigga, man,
Yeah,
you know,
because they knew you personally, and you've done stuff for them personally. But these actors and
exactly.
actresses that go on to the great beyond, heaven, hell, the waiting, purgatory, whichever you believe in, um, it it's like, why are you crying for that person? You
Exactly.
know,
So, do you
it,
even know the motherfuckers?
exactly. It just kills me sometimes that you see all these crying videos of people that on TikTok or YouTube or the reels on Facebook where people are crying over a celebrity that just died, and it's just like, scroll. Okay.
Yeah, like, okay, bye. Or, yeah,
I mean, Jimmy
all
Carter
right.
just passed away, and an actress just passed away yesterday, and it's just like, okay, I didn't tear up for either one of them, but I knew both. I didn't know both of them. I knew of their existence. I'm
Yeah,
happy that Jimmy Carter got to 100 years old. You know,
yeah,
but other than that, he didn't do anything for me. So
yeah.
you
Like,
know,
what did he do for me? What did he do for you? Like,
I,
he ain't no,
I
he
know,
ain't
I know some people are going to take that as harsh and cruel, but it's just reality. I mean, it's just like the
reality.
only
Yeah,
person
like,
I cry for is the people that I've already cried for. The people that have
yeah,
already gone out of my life. If my mother or stepdad dies, I'll cry for her. Him, probably not. But that's just because I haven't had a great relationship with him. Through the
right,
entire years, and I've tried to have a good relationship with him, but he's made it more difficult than anybody would like to know. So,
hmm
you know, but my brother passes away, I'll cry for him, things of that nature. But oh, we gotta take this real fast. Barling. Okay. All right. I got a load of wood showing up here in a little bit. I'm sorry that it's happening during your show, so you might have to talk without me for just a few minutes while I help him unload this wood real fast. So from my
not a problem,
fireplace.
brother. Not a problem. Yeah.
So those type things. And I hate to do that to you. So
Nah,
I didn't realize
nah.
he was going to be this late. So,
I'm
but
so
we
used
will
to this
continue
shit
to.
by myself.
So he's on his way.
But yeah,
No,
so you said
I
by
should have told you
myself.
that earlier, but I didn't know what time he was going to be heading this direction. But
It's
yeah,
all
no,
good
it's all good,
in the
bro.
hood. You hear
But
me? Like,
no, keep asking your questions.
yeah, man. Like,
Yeah. Let me open up
like,
my coat. No, not that side.
be honest. It's like this. It's
There
like
we
this.
go.
Be honest with you. Like, this is the reason why a lot of people don't like my show because it's too real and it's too honest. But the thing about it is that a lot of these shows that you got, they're there to pacify you and they're there to cash grab.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you're not really going to see a lot of these
Yep.
shows out there 10 years from now because they're not really passionate about
No,
doing it.
you're
They're
not.
not really there for the people. They're not even there for change.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the celebrities that we look up to, everybody's starting to get into podcasting, right? Everybody's starting to do a show, right? But
Yep.
think about it. Just think about it, right? Just think. I want the people in the comments and people that's watching think about it to yourself,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
How many shows that is out really for the people is out today? How many shows have you that is not for about the money is out today?
Mhm. Right. Yeah, you're not going to find hardly any.
Because it was all
You
about the
know,
money.
exactly.
It was
They were
all
about
about the money.
the fame, the money, the what can this person do for me to put that money in my pocket, and
Exactly.
all that good stuff. And
Exactly. And it's like, listen.
it's sad. It's
Hmm.
sad, but it's the state of the world, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And
and the things that you see them doing too, like you see them doing like shit, like community service and shit, bro. That's a lot
yeah,
of that shit is publicity stunt
yeah,
to make them look good. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real, and I'm taking the heck out of the bag, and I'm being honest about it because at the end of the
no,
day, it's like this. My show was is still a comic book show. It's also everything else show.
yeah,
But like I said to people, you know what I'm saying, you will never see a show that is sort of you'll never see a lot of shows that's for the people because a lot of these shows are built by gatekeepers, and are ran by bigger gatekeepers that's basically not trying to let you in. Let's be real, and
you are correct.
that's why when you're in a comic book driven like when you're in a comic book industry that's driven by soft ass dickhead ass nerds who only talk behind a keyboard and talk behind their lawyers whatever,
Yeah,
you will
no, you're
not
right.
get
I mean,
yeah, you'll never get nowhere. You'll never get the truth, the real truth, because everybody's a lot
and
of but
that's a testament to you, just because you got 205 broadcasts under your belt. By the end of today, you said you had 3 booked up today, right?
one canceled,
Uh-huh.
but
So after me, you got 2 other people showing up, or before
mm-hmm.
me, or however you had it lined up. Um, then that means you're going to have what, 207 broadcasts by the end of today,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a testament to you because you are passionate for it. You don't get many people that get past 100 broadcasts before they're done.
Well,
So
that's because they get the 2 minutes of fame, meaning
yeah,
let's just say it like this. Let's say it like this. We're in the comic book world, right? And it's so hard to make your name in the comic book world because you're dealing with non-knowledgeable critics that, I have to be honest with you, think that they have the power to destroy you and think that they have the power to build you when they don't have any power at all.
right.
You see what I'm saying? And it's
No,
like this, and the people that's the big guys in the industry, they don't really give a fuck. In the industry, let's be real, they don't really
no,
give a fuck unless you're doing something for them. Unless you doing something for them and filling their pockets, they don't give a fuck. I'm to be honest, they don't give a
you're
fuck.
right.
Like I've been friends with some
No,
of the
no, no.
biggest guys.
It's
Some people that go
no. You keep
yeah.
talking about your biggest friends right there.
No, go ahead. No,
So
no, no,
what I
no,
was
no,
going
no.
to say was
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now
Go ahead.
is going on that subject matter now.
No, I was talking about the big guys that I'm friends with, and then you was about to go piggyback off of that.
No, not I wasn't going to go off on them. It's just that I've meeting a lot of these guys in the industry that I've met because I started going to comic book conventions back in '96. Dallas Fantasy Fair was one of my first ones, which no longer
Hmm.
exists, but it had so many of your big name stars in it. I mean, they even George Perez and he's Peter David even griped and made fun of Rob Liefeld for showing up at that show because he wasn't supposed to be there. Okay. And so all of a sudden he's like, hey, some of the other image creators are there, like Jim Lee, Valentino, I think Silvestri was there too at the time. And so Liefeld decided to show up. And so the organizers had to create a space for him because he wasn't supposed to be there. So they had to create a space for him. People started scrambling trying to find books for him to sign because, oh, I didn't know he was going to show up, and here he is all of a sudden. And even Peter David and George Perez, because I was riding the elevator with them at one point in time at the hotel, and they were like, yeah, that asshole, just shows up out of the blue because he wants his 10 seconds of fame to be next to Jim Lee and everybody else in the Image group, and they didn't even invite him to this show, so they were kind of griping at him for being there. And it's just like, I can see that, I can understand that. And but I mean, he seemed to be a pretty cool dude. I got some autographs from him too. But he was a pretty chill guy, all the way around. So I didn't see what the beef was, other than he can't draw feet most of the time, because they're hidden behind some smoke or something like that. I know he makes fun of that too.
It's crazy. Like, I've never had a problem drawing feet or hands.
Yeah.
The only problem I had doing was doing poses. That's the only problem I had doing. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, drawing and inking was easy for me.
Yeah.
Drawing and inking was easy for me, but doing it freehand and doing it light and shit like that, and just drawing it with I see. It's crazy. I never learned with shapes. I never learned with that.
Yeah.
I don't know why,
Yeah,
but my teachers would always try to get me to do it and learn from it. But it's like, I can't. It's like shapes is hard for me. So what I did was,
because I mean, even I do little tutorials for kids, because parents are like, my kid's an up and coming. I said, okay, let's see what you got, And so I talked to them about it. I said, and I said, there's many ways you can go about this, like you are talking about. You get the form. You don't get the object. You don't get the circle to the cylindrical piece going from here to down to here where you got a ball drawn, and then you've got another triangle like things drawn up here and all that stuff, And a lot of people don't do it that way. Some people are just visual and just start sketching it out, sketch out the body style and what they want it to look like. Then you get the other people that start straight up with the wire frame, So I try to teach every young mind that hits my table, there's many different ways to do this. And I even ask them, how do you go about doing this? And they'll say, oh, well, I just start drawing it out. And I said, okay, cool. That is one way to do it. And then I show them another way. And, oh, well, that's, I'm going to give that a try, and things like that. And then I see them at another show, maybe even a year later. And they said, that really helped me out a lot. And I said, well, that's cool. I'm glad I could put some knowledge into your small brain, at the time, because you're a kid, you're a child, your brain is still growing. Our brains are still growing, at a certain aspect. And one of my biggest sayings is, your mind is only as big as you want it to be.
Right.
And it's the truth. You can stop growing your mind by never learning something new. And you can learn something new every day.
And that's
never stop growing that mind,
And that's the type of aspect that, I live by. Like what I try to tell people, I stopped drawing myself. I'm focusing on other shit, other like like writing and all. But me, like when I would draw, like I would get like an anime.
Talking, I'm gonna go unload this wood real fast.
Go ahead, do your thing.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Do your thing. Go ahead, do your thing. Yeah. But as I was saying to the commenters in the box, to the person that's watching, or people that's watching. Well, what I did was basically build drawing and shit like that. With my drawing, I take a reference and I go off of that, but I don't just go off of, because I never learned the fundamentals of art. I never learned it. I never learned how to really just perfected. No, how I perfected my style was basically just anatomy books. Just learn your anatomy, and once you learn your anatomy and get it all down packed, you're able to see how your body is how your body turns and how your body reacts and how your body, what I'm saying, when you turn a certain way and when you know what I'm saying, like, and that's how I learned. I learned how to by looking at my own body parts and how they form and build build my characters like that and draw like that. You know what I mean? And my favorite pose was a 3/4 pose, where it was like, what I'm saying, where like you see half of your face, but also you see half of the side of the cheek, and like you see if you're a comic artist, right? If you're a comic enthusiast, if you look at Rob Liefeld's Captain America, right, and his body is, for all of you who don't know about Rob Liefeld and all those guys, this is it's Image Comics. If you're not familiar with it, look up Image Comics and you'll see what we're talking about. And like the body is turned a 3 inches of a quarter, right? And it's like it's shaded. Certain parts of the body is shaded out, and some of the parts of the body is not shaded, right? And I used to do just I bashed at that pose. I never learned how to do many other poses, so I just so I just like fuck it, master this pose and master the body, the hands, the head, the face, the eyes, the hair. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I learned how to draw, and that's how I learned how to get my characters down the way I wanted to get them, and that's how I just built them. If you look at my early artwork, which I if I had a sharing screen, I could have showed you guys. But if you look on my page, you'll see my artwork, my artwork that I drew myself, and I drew Jarhead myself. I just didn't draw the part with the what you call that, the colored part. You know what I'm saying? A couple of artists work with me on that, but with when it comes to the early drawings of Jarhead, I'm talking about like the early drawings. Those drawings people never got to see. But those early drawings of Jarhead, the ones that some of the artists got, yeah, I drew those. I drew those. I drew the sketches. I didn't draw the whole thing when it comes to bringing him to life. I drew all the sketches and him in black and white when it comes to just the idea. I drew all the ideas out by my hand. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to artwork, bro, like man, like when it comes to comics itself, you have to be you have to concentrate on what you're doing in the industry, because it's just like any other industry, but the deeper you go into the comic industry itself, the more you know what I'm saying, the more you'll find the shit that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? The more shit you see, like, oh my god, it's like what rappers and singers would talk about going into the music industry. The deeper you go, the more you do, the more you deal with. You know what I'm saying? Um, that it's just like any other industry, but you gotta be able to move around. You gotta be able to conduct yourself with manners of integrity. And the way I handle myself is just you know sorry about that. I'm spitting something out. If you have a problem like with somebody, I'm gonna show you how to handle that. Basically, handle yourself with integrity. Basically, handle yourself by being professional at all times, right? But no, yes, you will see that person again. You will see that person again if you're in the comic industry, if you're in the music industry or the movie industry. You're going to meet that person again. This is like so. The next go round, you know what I'm saying? You build from that next go round, and you move with you be wiser. You know what I'm saying? Because now you know how that person acts and how that person moves. You know what I'm saying? And I know it may sound like I'm rambling, but what I'm saying is it has some weight to it. It has weight, a lot of weight to it. And um, yes, when it comes to the comic book world, oh golly, it's it's a different monster, you know. And like I learned to hate it because not the artwork part, but the political part and the people, some of the people in it. Like oh my god, like some of the people in the comic industry is like it's like the it's like some of them are so narrow minded and so double minded. You know what I'm saying? And if they're a fan of something or somebody, and you see and you point out that they did something wrong, and it only matters if they did something to you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like me and my heart and how I feel, man. Like a lot of these people get away with shit that they know they can get away with.
Woo! And I'm back. Just like that. Quick and easy. Probably about
Oh, I was just gonna clip it.
500 pounds of lumber right there.
500 pounds of lumber, brother.
Pretty
Yeah,
close.
buddy.
I'll be splitting it all with an axe pretty soon. So, I
Yeah.
homestead here too. So, not
Oh
only do I
yeah.
do the comic book stuff and painting and artwork and stuff like that, I homestead. So I've got chickens, goats, and a pig. So
Hey,
raise my own food.
you
Got a
gotta do what you gotta
garden
do.
too, but that's holding
You
off
gotta
till
do what you
the
gotta do.
springtime.
You know.
So, what were we talking
you
about?
know. Hold on for a second. Hold on for just a second. Now I gotta go somewhere. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
You're good, bro.
I'll be right back.
You're good. Hi, everybody. I don't know if there's any questions being asked. I don't know if you can hear me, or if I'm on mute, or if it's just me. I'm trying to hit the. I'm not seeing any comments hitting right now. Smash my finger. It's always fun. So that nail's going to turn nice and black and blue. It's all good. It's all good. And look, he's back.
Sorry about
He's
that. I had to take care of the
back
situation.
in living color.
Living color. Um.
Nature calls.
Nah, man. I was doing something. Didn't cross my mind, but
Nah, you good.
nah, man. Like what I was saying is that a lot of the stuff that you see in comic books today, like it's so political, man. Like
Mhm.
like basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do you need to know the gender or what the person is in a comic book nowadays? Like, why do you need to know if the
Right.
person is gay? You know what I'm saying? Why do you need to know
Right.
if the person is uh
Well,
yeah gay? You know what I'm saying?
that's well, that's what made a lot of comic books mad about the X-Men when they rebooted them. When they rebooted the X-Men after 580, was it five? No, it was five. Was it 582 or 584? 584 issues of 1963 run, and they rebooted it several different times to give you a new Uncanny X-Men team, volume 5 or 6 or whatever they're up to now. They made Bobby Drake Iceman. You know, his origin changed big time. They made him, on the LGBTQ side of things. And it's just like, why? Why are we rewriting the characters that everybody knows and loves from 1963 that weren't this way, but now all of a sudden they're this way?
Yeah,
It's just like, it
exactly. And
makes no sense. Why?
it's like basically taking It's basically like taking Wolverine and making him gay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what they made Bobby
Like
into. You know, they made him
it's like
gay.
it's like
So,
making it already fleshed out, already designed character, already in people's minds, already in history, already in
mhm,
comic
yeah,
books galore. It's like making turning him and Cyclops gay and making them kiss, have
yeah,
sex. Now,
yeah.
now, I don't have a problem with gay folks, and
No, and I
I
don't
don't have
either.
a problem
And
with gay
I've
chicks.
got my sister was a lesbian. You know, so I have no issues with that
You
side
know
of
what I'm
things.
saying?
You know,
It's just that
it's just not my lifestyle.
it's just that when you see a lot of stuff that a lot of folks are doing, like pandering to the homosexual
Hmm.
or homosexual
Well,
whatever,
I think
LGBTQPAC,
all
um,
the rest of the alphabet, yeah,
all
just
the
throw that in
alphabet.
alphabet soup. And
Yeah,
I think a lot has to do with the whole Disney Corporation. You know, since they bought Marvel, um, you don't see a whole lot of that in, say, Image Comics, or unless it's a specific comic book about that. Um,
exactly.
but I think it has to do with Disney because, I mean, that's what they cater to.
Hmm.
And it's just so many different things that they're doing that it's just like, why?
Exactly,
Why
and
are we doing
that's why it's like to be honest with you, I could care less if I'm friends. If I say, like for example, okay, let's put my character Jarhead, put him in a book with
Yeah.
Wolverine, right? And here we go saying
Yep.
Jarhead's gonna whip Wolverine's gay ass, or because Wolverine is gay. No,
Right.
that'll make it seem. You know what I'm saying? Why not have Jarhead and Wolverine fighting each other, or fighting together to kick some fucking villain ass, or to
Yeah.
fight the Magneto and all that ass, right? But it's like this.
Right.
It's like they nowadays you got the Cyclops and Wolverine having a relationship, having a orgy. You
I
know?
haven't seen that one yet. But
No, I saw some shit, bro. I'm like, oh my god, like Cyclops and Wolverine. It was a picture of a comic script where it was Cyclops and Wolverine, right? They was all
yep.
both laid in the bed,
Right.
and there was another panel where Cyclops was getting up, pulling his pants up, and Wolverine is
Now
behind
was
him
this a
in a.
fan fiction type thing where the fans actually drew this up and was like, "Hey, this is what I want to happen,"
I
or
don't
was this
think so.
actually in a comic book somewhere?
I don't think so because I feel like it was in a comic book. Cause, dog, I'll being honest. Like, are you serious? It's like now you're turning Superman gay. What the fuck? Like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
look at Superman like that or Marvel comics like that. I hate Marvel comics, but damn, you just like
Yeah. And I see.
you just
Superman's never been one of my favorite characters. You know, on the DC side, it's always been Batman and it's been Swamp Thing. You know,
right.
but and then some female characters, Catwoman, Zatanna, those type things. But Marvel has always been my jam because I picked up a Marvel comic back in the 80s, number 183,
Hmm.
and that was where I got hooked on comic books. And that if I'm recalling it, I've got it sitting right back over here on this wall, right over here. That's the only
Okay.
that's I've got two encapsulated comic books, and that's one of them. Let me just grab it. Now that I've cleaned my office and I can walk across it, 183. So I was right. Okay. So this is the very first comic book that I ever picked up and read because a friend of mine had a subscription, and I used to spend the summers with my grandparents at a trailer house that they lived in, that they owned, and and he had a subscription to Uncanny X-Men and a couple others. But I started reading this one, and it was just like, holy shit, what's this all about? Because I really hadn't been into comic books at all. And so I started reading this and read it all the way. He loaned it to me, and I gave it back to him like the next day after I read it fully. And it's basically the battle between Juggernaut and Colossus whenever they're on a day off, and they've got Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and Colossus all go to a bar. Sounds like a bad joke already. But anyway, in walks Kane, not in Juggernaut form at the time, and gets into a fight with Colossus, with Peter, because he wasn't in Colossus form at that point in time. But that's the very first comic book I ever picked up and read, and got that once I was able to find one encapsulated. I've got several different other versions of this one as well, but I did it just because, this is my childhood right here. This is what actually got me into finding out what some words meant, because I had to break out the dictionary. What the heck does this mean? What does this mean? And so I'm reading the comic book. I've got the dictionary open, looking at specific words that are floating through here. And it's just like, oh, okay, that makes more sense in the continuity of what they're saying, other than just, here's this word, I don't know what this word means, those type things. But that was one of the greatest stories I ever read, the burn and all that good stuff back in the day. And it always stuck with me because it's just like, Wolverine, one of the iconic lines basically in there is Nightcrawler's wanting to jump in and kick some ass on, or help try to kick some ass. And Wolverine's like, nope, this isn't our fight. This is between those two. If it gets too far, he goes, if it gets too far, I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to, we're going to step in. Basically that's what happens. Kane's about to take out Colossus, and Wolverine gets up on the bar, so he's eye to eye with Kane, and he's got his claws out, and he goes, that's enough. Fight's over. Everybody's going home. And that's where it ended. Everybody left, and no more carnage happened to the bar that day. So, but it was just fun. The continuity of the story, there was seriousness to it, but there was also that element of banter, of humor in there. And but I know you got to do what you got to do too, brother. And if you have any more questions, if you want to have me on another time as well, another broadcast later on down the road, we can do that. Because I haven't even got to my Eric Larson story.
Well, you know what I got? I'm thinking, how about later on in the week?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, later on in the week.
Works.
How about, I say Thursday. Let's come back and we tell the story, and then we go all out there. And
by Thursday, I'll have a whole bunch of new stuff to show at that point in time too.
Hell yeah!
Because tomorrow and Wednesday we'll be revealing a lot of cool new things at that point in time.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
totally, we can do it Thursday.
Hell yeah, let's do
and
that.
Hopefully we'll get some new people to with us.
Hell yeah. Hold up. You know what's crazy? I was thinking, man, we could do a roundtable comic show, but I don't know. I don't know if people want to do it. I don't know if people want to do it. I don't know if people all over the world will want to do it, because I don't know if they're ready for the smoke. I don't know. Are y'all ready for the smoke?
Only thing you can do is ask and try, because I'm ready for it. I'm ready to jump out there. So I mean, always ready.
You talk. I say, okay. How about this? I say you talk to some people, and I'll talk to some people, and we all come together on the day. All right.
And then we'll see what we can do.
We're gonna work that thing out. Like no thing. I just work out the link and everything and get that thing rolling, and we'll just basically make that an episode and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
How about that?
I got a couple of people in mind that I could probably send your direction. So
yeah. We can work that thing out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I would like to take you out in a great note. On the great note. Sorry about that.
I'm looking at
Um.
my window for that sniper rifle. Hold on.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, also too. Yo, tune in. Damn it. Um. Hey, can y'all go to my channel and like and subscribe to the channel to get all that is the In Your Face show. You know, and I'm about to put the link in there, and I'm trying to find the link, but I won't. Yeah, there you go. There you go. The link is in the comment box, and if you are feeling lucky, I hope you feel lucky. If you feeling loved, if
Yeah,
you like the show,
Breaking the Chain
like,
Comics.
subscribe. I did like the video. Of course you did. I know you did. I know you will.
Well,
Um,
Craig over here, he said he liked the video. So
yes, he did. You know, he's one of my biggest fans. Thank you, Craig. Thank you. Thank you. But
there you
nah,
go.
man. Nah. For what I'm saying is that what I will do, I will open up the airwaves and I will throw out the link that day. 100. I'll throw out the link that day, and if anybody wants to join in that day, anything is possible. I mean, hey,
All right, sounds
it's
good.
up to them.
I'll talk to
It's up
some
to
people
them.
too.
You know,
It
it's up
is.
to
It's
them.
totally up to anybody. You know,
Exactly. Look,
it's on them.
I'm always I'm always willing. It's just you got people fickle, and you know what I'm saying. They'll say they're gonna do it. Then, oh, I got stuff to do, dude. I got family. Look, man, why'd you say you wanted
Nope,
to do it then? You
that's the
know?
only thing I have to do.
Yeah, I hate when people
No,
do
I
that.
hear you,
Like,
bro. Yeah, no. Like I said,
don't ask.
anytime you want to have me on to chit chat to talk about new things, whatever. I'm sure you didn't get to all your questions either that
No,
you
I didn't.
possibly
I
had,
didn't.
but so we have opportunities if you want to do it again. So I'm
Yeah.
down for it. I'm up to the challenge. So
Oh, shut
100%.
up. Dallas is going to be here too.
Hey,
We will
hey,
be.
Craig. No. I'll have my Dallas Cowboys stuff on next time.
Yeah, I got my
I'll tell
Dallas
you how much
Cowboys
Dallas
shirt.
I got.
Yeah. Yeah. What about them Chargers, buddy? No, I'm joking with you. Nah, but see,
They're
I'll
getting
tell
an
you what
earlier
though.
pick than
I'll
us,
tell
right?
you what. We will be there. We will be there. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. I got you all. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be alright. Cause we alright. We yeah,
I'll
whatever.
try to wear
Whatever.
all my
Chargers all
15
day.
Dallas Cowboys.
We don't die, we multiply, damn it. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
we
right.
baby's kids.
All right.
Hey, not for
Awesome.
them
Awesome.
Cowboys. Hey, don't worry. We'll see y'all. We beat y'all every time we see y'all. So don't worry. We beat y'all 2 times out of 3.
We'll see you guys on the
So
couch. We'll see you
yeah.
guys on the couch too. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Them Eagles ain't going no damn well. So we gonna be fine. They'll be on the couch
No.
very soon. Just wait for them. Give them another seat. You know what I'm saying? They'll be there soon.
Yes,
They'll be
sir.
on the couch. They ain't getting no
Oh
Super
yeah.
Bowl this year. Let's be honest. They are trash too. You know what I'm saying? They beat a wounded animal. They beat a wounded Cowboys fan. Fuck the Eagles. How about that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck
Yep.
them all.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is, baby. I'm with you guys on that.
It is.
Hey. All right, I got it. I think you know what I'm saying. We could do that. You know what I'm saying. We could do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Like I said, I'll reach out to a couple people that I know, and I'll hit them up and see what they got
Eagles
to
going
say,
down. Yes, sir.
and if they're interested, and I'll send them your direction. So,
Yeah. You know
but
we're
yeah, I
going.
got
We're
the link
going.
here.
Yeah. Just sit that link out there. Let the people know if they liked the show. You know what I'm saying. Like and subscribe to the channel. so we all can grow together. You know what I'm saying? If they want an interview, come and get this interview. Come and get this smoke. Come and get this fire. I had to hit that high note. Um,
You need a back. You need a
uh,
you need a backdrop back
yeah,
there.
yeah. I gotta get it back. I gotta get my
You
backdrop.
need
I gotta get my banner.
in your face
Yes, I
backdrop is
do.
what you need.
See, once I get that, I'll be in your face ready too. Even more. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
that's awesome.
So,
Yep, yep.
you know, and I will be doing some renovations to
It's
the
kind of like
show
my
as well.
patchwork ceiling up there. My ceiling's still in the works, so you know.
Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about
We
getting
have
an in your
a
face
foul
grill
there.
on that mother. You
See,
damn
there you go,
right.
man.
Hey, man, we gonna do what we do because we do what we do. Because I did it when
That's
I
right.
did it, because how I did it, over there when I did it, because I didn't do it, but I did it when I did it though, but I didn't do it. All right, I got you though. No comment. Hey, don't you worry about the thing, man. Don't you worry
What's he
about the
saying down
thing.
there?
Hey, you know, I like to act the fool. I like to cut a fool, and I like to cut a rug when I'm on the show. I like to act the fool. You damn right. I'm being myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm goofy. Take it, take it, and run
Okay,
with it,
you gotta have
man.
fun with it. Yeah, you gotta.
Always.
If you're not real, if you're not real, yeah, if you're not real to you, then you're not real to everybody else. So you know,
Exactly.
you
Everybody
got to
love
keep it
me.
real. Got to keep 100.
Everybody love
Yeah,
me. Nah,
you're a dude, man.
I
I'm
try to
glad we
be.
know each other.
I'm so happy we know each other. You damn right. On Mr. Okay, Mr. T. Hey, I pity the fool. Anyway,
But you gotta
I'm
love it
out of
when a
here,
plan comes
man.
together.
Oh, pity the fool. You damn right. You pitying the motherfucking fool, damn it. You damn right. But they got to tune in to, um, the next show, which will be in very soon.
About five
With
minutes.
Alexa Winbush or none. I am butchering names. You'll get the name once you get it when we on the next show. Sorry about that, but okay. I am
You'll
butchering
correct me.
names. Yes, she will. Yes, she will. She will correct me like a motherfucker. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, it was a great show, and I love you guys. You know what I'm saying, for all that you're doing, all that y'all doing. If y'all need an interview, if y'all want to get your interviews, man, come on over. I knock that shit out like it ain't no thing. Got you.
Yeah,
You will get
he's
it
pretty
done
easy to
by.
work with.
You're damn right. You'll get it done by the king, the greatest to ever do it, the best there is in the game of podcast. Joe Rogan, move over. The king is putting the crown here. Damn it,
No,
right
there you go.
now. Yeah. So tune in with me. Thank y'all for tuning into this broadcast. Now I got another broadcast to go on, and I'm gonna go sit my black ass down. All right. So we out. Peace.